What's up, world? It's yours truly, the DJPM, and we're here to have a conversation with a friend of mine who is actually a security guard at the Astroworld Festival. He's going to give us his firsthand depiction. Y'all like that? That's an ACT word. His firsthand encounter of what happened at Astroworld Festival. Y'all tune in. Here today with me live, I got my dog Ricardo. What's up, bro? You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool, man. Just working, always on the grind, always on the hustle.
Hey, man, I always try to get to it, ain't it? Yeah, so I got my dog here because he has a first person experience from the festival because he was actually at the festival. Now, were you working the festival or were you just attending?
I was working it. I do private security. I work for myself, and I ain't got a call. Honestly, it was at the last minute because it was it had a few people that I think they had hired some people, but it really wasn't many people there. It was super short, understaffed. So with me, I got my 3 and my 4, so I'm able to do stuff like that at first. And what was so ironic about that? If I would have answered the phone probably a little bit earlier, I would have been on the inside. We went inside first, and then right before everything just really popped off, because before I came back outside, Roddy Ricch was performing,
Right.
and I came. That's when I was needed outside on the outside perimeter. So I was like, okay, cool.
Gotcha.
And then I was just thinking to myself, like, man, they ain't got too many people in there. So I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna do what I'm at, because this is my way of living. This is how I eat. This is how I feed my kid. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying. As long as I do my job, you know.
I think I muted you on accident. That's my bad, bro. But yeah, you were saying that's the way you eat. That's as long as you do your job.
Yeah, because like I said, I was thinking it to myself, but at the same time, like I can't question them because they called me. I don't want to bring them. I'm like, hey, you probably need me in there because we like severely understaffed, ain't but like a good quote unquote handful. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but I was like, okay, I'm gonna just do what I was told. Go outside. We check out the outside all the people because it was like a whole boatload of people. It was a lot of folks there, man.
Got you. So I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. So you're saying that, in your opinion, security wise, it was understaffed.
Yes, very. For the amount of people that was there, yeah, very. Because I've worked a couple of venues. I've did clubs. I've done a couple of venues like that here, Austin on Music Lane. Whereas Dallas, I worked Deep Ellum. And when it comes to stuff like that, we like compared to the people that was there, it was like I'm just guessing, man. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I'm gonna say in the ballpark of probably like 30,000. Could be, might have
30,000
been more.
people.
Yeah, there's a
Sheesh.
lot of people out there, man. Yeah,
Sheesh. And
because it's
so,
NRG Park. That's a very big park. It's near the stadium, so
right.
it's a lot of a lot of people can fit out there. It's like a mosh pit.
Right. And so, if you would, and I'm not trying to like stereotype or anything like, or definitely not victim blame, but if you could, describe the kind of people that you saw going into the festival.
To be honest, it was a diverse crowd, but more so, it was like more younger demographic. You seen a couple older people there, but they were there with their kids. But more so, it was like younger demographics, like good handle Hispanic. There was a lot of us there,
Yeah.
and more so, it was like it was. If I had to do a ratio, it was probably like 4-1 Caucasian.
Got you. All right. So, and would you say that a lot of these people seem to be, let's say, having festival behavior, for lack of a better word, if you know what I mean by that?
I know exactly where you going with this.
Right.
Now when I first got there, when everybody was filing in, no, everybody was more upbeat. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And like on the inside, it was kind of, it just it had kind of like me. I'm real big on vibrations and feeling vibes and things like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I looked at it as an aspect of like something ain't right about this. It just feels kind of off. today.
So you saying that from the beginning the energy just fell off?
Yeah, the energy fell off from the beginning, bro.
Wow.
Like it just like as soon as I got there, it's like it felt kind of off. When I was inside, it felt kind of, you know, so like I said, when I was going back and forth outside. The inside, that's when Roddy Ricch was performing. And then when Trail got ready to go up there, that's when, you know what I'm saying, like I just, you know, everything like I told people, the things that they posted, like with me, when we seen online,
yeah, right.
Like that stuff was legit.
For
like
real?
they, you know what I'm saying, that stuff was it was all legit. That wasn't Photoshop or nothing. That somebody welcome to the other side and all of this stuff. Like they had like this, like what was that? His album cover, Astroworld, like when they like kind of like Astroworld, it had his face and his dread come, like they had that like up
right.
by the stage and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, you know. But then after I, you know, say when I went from going in and outside, and then I was outside to a more positive extent. That's
right.
when I noticed, like, you know, when the people last couple of people were filing in, then you notice that when the people walking around, they look, you know, saying it was a little bit different.
Yeah.
When you heard when he got on stage,
you felt like
you heard these.
I don't mean to cut you off. So, but you felt like the energy shifted when Travis got on stage.
Yeah, the energy kind of shifted from the time Roddy Ricch got finished performing till he got on stage.
Right.
And yeah, it's I just knew someone, you know what I'm saying, wasn't right, man.
Right.
Like then you heard these like weird noises. And I'm like, because I asked one of my under workers, like, hey, what's that? Like, what's that noise? And then when I noticed that when I left, and after all that stuff you know what I'm saying, when I got home and got situated, like me, I got Alexa. I listen to like frequencies and stuff.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's a low sound, but it's like it's like a ringing sound.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's something where it's like a kind of sound where like you might not can hear it, but you can hear it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like undertone.
Just like that. It was just like that. It seemed like from us being on the outside, because you could look in, you can like from standing on the outside, you can look in and look over everybody, and then it's just something like just like hush, and then like when he was he started singing. Well, what did he sing first? I want to say Antidote.
Yeah,
I think that was the first song. And then like you know, saying you start, you know, saying you sit back, you watching all over the parameters and stuff, and then the next thing you know, like it just got like dark and eerie and weird, and they had like these, like it was just kind of hard to describe, like these weird sounds and this stuff they were playing on the jumbotron and stuff, like it just seemed real demonic, dog. And I'm like,
and that's what I was gonna ask you. So I've been reading about like the way his stage was set up and how it had connections and deeper meanings than what people are thinking it means. So like, I don't really believe in coincidence, but like I saw that there were 8 like towers of fire shooting up in the air.
Yes, it was. Yeah, you can see that from the outside.
Do you think it was a coincidence that 8 people died, or do you think those two relate somehow? Just in your opinion.
Man, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro, and I'm gonna keep it talking. I always kept it a buck with you, man.
For sure.
I'm gonna say this, and like I told people after it first happened on social media, when in the group and stuff, I said, bro, this ain't no coincidence. Like it was way more people than that. Like that's what the media and the news put out. It was way more people that passed, that died, man.
You think so?
I know so. Like this is something I know. My homeboy, he was in there like right there firsthand. Like he said that it was something strange about it, because he was on the other side of the stage over there, and like it was people just walking around to different people. Like one dude got jabbed with a
I heard that
and stuff like that. And people were just passing out. It's like that when they were playing that sound, that's when people just went to swooning and you know what I'm saying, just going into like a hippie vibe, man. And I'm like, for real, bro? He's like, yeah, man. It's like folk just started dropping, man. And I was like, bro, I said, we old enough to remember that Michael Jackson shit. They said, this ain't no Michael Jackson.
Nah, that ain't the same thing, bro.
That ain't the same thing.
I saw some videos. It don't look the same.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, man. And people were just following. And then the fact when the video that they posted when he was up there,
right.
Like a seance.
While they was carrying the person's body.
Yeah, like they were carrying the body. These people were limp. They were
Yeah.
carrying like people just out. Just he was like, bro, it was so many people like laid out there, just passed out, and he's like, they were checking pulses. Like a lot of those people were like out of here, like dead.
Right.
And you know, what I'm saying like people like now it is true about the rushing the stage. It's just the fact of when those sounds were going, the people were rushing toward the stage. It's like you remember that story when we read as kids, or they read to us about the Pied Piper.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
That's what it was like people were rushing the stage because it was just they were just like going like bonkers about it, like they didn't know
Right.
which way to go, and people were getting trampled and stuff like that. Like you got to understand,
With people trying to get to the stage.
they were trying to get to where he was,
Right.
and it was like the people that were already passed out, those people got trampled, and
Oh
that's why I say
wow.
like it had to be more, way more than that. Like they was talking about 300 injured. I'm like, man, I said I gotta say at least half of that probably was out of it, probably would die and died.
Look, so I saw this video of this guy describing it, and this girl. I read a story that she was describing it. She was saying it was literally like the people would fall, and the people around them just didn't give a damn. Like they was literally just stepping on them, not even in like a panicky way, just in like a we just don't care that you on the ground.
Yeah, that's how the other security guard, when we left there after they shut it down, they shut it down.
Yeah.
We left there, we called each other and like, man, like it seemed like they was doing like cause it's the fact that like he be studying and watching videos and stuff
Right.
about stuff like that, because he like you said, a lot of things ain't a coincidence.
Right.
Like, come on now. And it's the fact that when they hear certain things, like it comes to, and you see people out there laying out, like, oh well, it's like if it's let's say I'm gonna guesstimate, if it's 75 people on the ground,
Right.
it was probably 1,200, just like you said. It was like they was just stepping over them and stepping on them, like it didn't, like he was a mat. They was treating people like doormats.
Crazy.
And it was like he said it was just, the whole thing about it was just weird. And it was like when they were carrying those bodies out and stuff like that, and that he was singing in that auto tune, like that video was real. He described it. He like, that man was up there like he was singing over, like doing some type of apocalyptic stuff, man.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I'm gonna say this. It wasn't a good look for damn sure. Like I saw the video. Of, like, I did see the part when he told them to stop. He told them to chill. But then it was like they pulled the body up in the air and he started singing again. So like, for me, it was like, which one is it? Do you want them to chill or you gonna keep singing? So let me ask you this last question before I let you go, bro. Do you think there's anything Travis Scott or anybody else could have done to avoid this, in your opinion? I mean, you're a security expert, so like you're an expert in this field.
To be honest, I really don't think so, because if that's the case, I really think it's, to be honest, and I know I don't care. I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash, but I don't give a damn. I really think this is an ulterior motive, because how is it that you have a venue like this, something as big as Astroworld, the Astroworld Fest, and be understaffed as they were?
Right.
That's what baffled my brain. Like, I'm like, all of these people here, but only so little of us security officers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was like, it was just baffling to me. And it was like that was, it seemed staged and planned to me. That's why I was telling people, like,
seemed like it was meant to happen.
That's what I took from it. I like, because as understaffed as we were out there, like, there's no, if something would have happened, somebody would have came to shoot, it was only like a handful of us. Like, how can we take something over 20, 30,000 people? Like, you go, that's a losing battle.
Yeah,
but
true.
My personal opinion, that's you use a lose situation, because you got all those people rushing. We could have not went home. You know what I'm saying? We got families and stuff like this. So my personal opinion, I really honestly believe that, like I was telling people in the group, man, I like, man, that ain't no coincidence, it ain't no conspiracy theory. Like, I seriously believe that that it was a coincidence. Like, that ain't no quinky dink.
Right. So, and I feel the same way. I'm not gonna say it wasn't anything anybody could have done to stop it, but what I am gonna say is, from the little research I did, I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert, but the little research I did with the eight flames, the rings that they was using as a jumbotron behind him. The shirt he had on that had the people like falling off, looking like they was like ascending then descending. And then the stuff that he said about see you on the other side. And then just the fact that like the entrance to it was his head. Did you see that? Like his head with the mouth open and you had to walk into his mouth to get into the stadium. There was a lot of people coming in his mouth. Pause. Yeah, man, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I'm no expert on this stuff, bro. I really just wanted to sit down and talk with somebody that was there firsthand just to get your opinion on it so we can get this out to the people. You know, yeah, bro, it is, man. I'm glad you made it out safely. Once again, condolences to those 8 people.
Oh, yeah. And I want to say this before I leave.
For sure.
And this is out to everybody that's watching the other audience. I know there's nothing wrong with you know, because all of us was raised in a certain demographic when it comes to whatever you believe in, whoever
right.
you or whatever. I don't not phobic against anybody, but my thing is it's a famous Drake line. Can't keep ignoring what's obvious, man.
Right.
It's right there in front of them.
Hey, man.
Like it's not all music artists are like this, but I'm telling you, stay over there on the independent road because that commercial stuff, like it's not coincidence that with the situation with Nas X. It's not a coincidence with the situation with Travis Scott. Like, in the honest opinion about it, these people, like a lot of people down here he don't even really fuck with Houston like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I always might be mindful and pay attention to what's going on around you and in front of you because these people are showing up, basically putting this stuff in our face. You can't keep ignoring it. Like it's a lot of demonic stuff going on. Like I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, be accepting of it when I was younger. But once I started reading and watching videos and doing research and stuff on like that, like it's really deeper. That rabbit hole deep.
Yeah, for sure. All right, my bro. Well, I appreciate you for your time, man. Yes, sir. You stay safe out there, brother.
All right, you too, man. Y'all be safe.
All right. Well, there you have it. First-hand recap of my homeboy Ricardo, who was there at the Astroworld Festival. Do you think it was demonic? Do you think it was pre-planned? Or do you think it was just a freak accident? Let me know what you think in the comments right down there. You know where to follow me as always, at TheeDJPM, the Be Great Group, signing out.